I spent most of my life being my own worst critic, but I don't live like that anymore. See, when I was in kindergarten, I have this photo of me graduating with my little graduation cap and my little diploma with my hand on my hip looking so sassy. And that was the epitome of me, sunshine. And somewhere along the way, I lost that little girl. I lost that little girl to the approval of others. I had internalized that doing what others want would keep me safe, would keep me loved, would keep people wanting to be near me. And so I did what others wanted. I gave my friends what they wanted. I gave my family what they wanted. I seeked and did approval to make sure I did what the teacher wanted. I did everything for everyone else. And I ended up losing that part of me, only to become an adult. And then in the relationships I had, try to do everything for that person so they would stay, so they would stick around with me. And I was so afraid of being abandoned. And in the end, I was still abandoned. The relationships ended. The friends disappeared. Family goes through trials and tribulations. And I was so alone. And it was in that being alone that I realized I was never going to get the validation I needed from others because I had abandoned myself. And the only way to find that happy little girl inside again was for me to take responsibility for me, was for me to finally see her and do what she wanted at the risk of not pleasing others. And it was very scary, but it didn't matter because I had done all the things for everyone else and still got abandoned. So now it was time to do the things for the little girl inside who always wanted to do those things. And as I began to get stronger and dive deeper into talking better to myself, having a better mindset, taking care of myself, giving myself the love and the joy and the happiness, something along that timeline changed. And that worst critic that was so harsh that I had learned from the outside world, telling me how to be, telling me what to do, telling me why I should and shouldn't be a certain way, dissolved and melted away. And replaced with that was that little girl's voice, that cheerleader that's like, you can do anything. You are amazing. You are wonderful. You are perfect and sassy and beautiful and happy and all the things. And now that inner critic's not there. Once in a while, it tries to pop up and I appreciate it. And I thank it because its job was there to keep me safe. So that's what it wanted. And it did a good job, but it took over. It wasn't ever supposed to be in charge. And once I learned that the inner child is supposed to be in charge of that happiness, the joy, the fulfillment of being able to decide what we want, I finally became that person who, as a kid, I dreamed of being an adult. One day I'm going to do what I want. And then in adulthood, it was like, oh, everybody just wants to be a child again. But I'm actually at the point where I love being an adult because I literally get to decide what I want to do. There might be responsibilities and obligations, but they're my choice. I decide if I want to take on those things, and I get to decide how I fulfill them. So this isn't about being perfect. It's about finding your true self inside of you. So if you're interested in that, please follow along. I'd love to share my journey with you and hopefully shed some light into yours. And I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.